Welcome to Mystic Realms Recap. Links are in the description below. Please show some love of the author and me. On to the show.
No, if the flight continues, the energy of the Hyperion will be exhausted. In this way, I will not be able to use the Hyperion to do missions. The energy shield can still last for a year, so I still can't waste energy. Let's use other sources of energy to replenish energy. Su Yan was thinking in the Hyperion. In this case, we can only use the Power Stone to replenish energy. This kind of Power Stone is of great help to the energy shield. This time, I will use up the energy of the Hyperion, Su Yan said silently in his heart. In Su Yan's mind, the appearance of that energy stone emerged. That energy stone is exactly the energy stone that Su Yan obtained outside the universe, and it is also the energy extracted from the energy stone tilde. There is a special kind of energy contained in the energy stone, which can quickly restore people's energy. After Su Yan exhausted the energy in the Hyperion began to sink slowly, and Su Yan also felt the powerful suction force. The energy here seems to be very sufficient, Su Yan exclaimed. The Hyperion has fallen into the energy shield. Su Yan saw that those energy shields were like huge energy balls. These energy shields are in the form of energy balls, and there are countless energy balls inside the energy balls. These energy balls are exactly the energy balls obtained by Su Yan. Su Yan took out all the energy balls and placed them on the ground, while Su Yan himself sat on a pile of planets. These energy balls are exactly the areas where those energy cores are located. Su Yan began to put the energy stones into the energy core to fill up the energy core. In the energy core, changes also began to occur. The energy balls gradually began to fuse together. In the end, each energy core turned into an energy planet. There are 306 energy balls in total. Su Yan put 306 energy cores into the energy shield at the same time. The energy shield began to slowly expand. Rumble! There was an explosion, and a violent airflow gushed out from the energy shield. What's going on? Su Yan was surprised. He put all 306 energy cores in this energy shield just now. However, he didn't notice any changes in the energy shield, but felt that the energy shield was gradually shrinking. In the end, the energy shield directly turned into a basketball-sized ball, and in the center of the ball was an energy shield. Inside the energy shield, there is a mass of milky white substance. What is this? Su Yan was puzzled. Could it be this ball that can resist the attack of the universe? Su Yan guessed. Then, Su Yan stretched out his hand and pressed it on the mass of liquid substance. Su Yan suddenly discovered that this energy shield seemed to be able to absorb the energy on his body, and it could absorb energy into this energy ball, which made Su Yan's energy recovery speed much faster. Su Yan felt very strange. He didn't pay much attention to it either. Keep trying to control this energy shield. Su Yan discovered that he could control the range of the energy shield, not only covering the entire space, but also allowing himself to fly freely in this cosmic space. It turns out that this energy shield can absorb cosmic energy, Su Yan suddenly realized. Afterwards, he tried to manipulate again. This energy shield flew towards other energy shields, and then tried it out. Haha, sure enough, this energy shield of mine still has this kind of effect, so can I travel freely in the universe from now on? Su Yan laughed in his heart. Afterwards, Su Yan controlled the energy shield, flying towards other energy shields one by one. Bang bang, a series of explosions sounded. In these energy shields, Su Yan saw the energy shields of those power stones. The energy shields of these power stones are not big, and the color is also very dim. Su Yan immediately discovered that the energy shields of these power stones were not as powerful as his own energy shields at all. These energy shields can only withstand some low-level attacks, or some high-level energy weapon attacks, and this kind of energy shield does not have the ability to defend at all. Su Yan soon discovered that most of the energy balls he could control had been occupied. This energy shield can absorb all energy, and it can also absorb the energy of the universe. This ability is really against the sky. It seems that I have to find a way to get more power stones. Otherwise, my energy shield is really useless and can't be used at all. But if I can bring these power stones to other places on the planet, I believe my strength will definitely increase a lot, Su Yan thought secretly in his heart. However, in this case, I must find a spaceship. I will go to other galaxies to find these power stones, and then bring the Luo Xing ball with me, Suji thought in his heart. Thinking of this, Su Yan left the Hyperion and began to search for a launch ship on the interstellar route. Soon, he discovered a spaceship in a galaxy about 30 million light-years away from the Xiu Luo planet. This is a very ordinary spaceship, but the size of this spaceship is not too big, but Su Yan can easily control this spaceship. Although the energy shield of this spaceship was restrained by Su Yan's energy shield, Su Yan still couldn't control the spaceship. Su Yan put all the energy balls into the energy shield of the spaceship, then controlled the spaceship and flew towards the Xiu Luo Xing ball. The speed of the spaceship is not very fast. After all, this kind of spaceship is flying in the starry sky of the universe, and it has to avoid being discovered, so the speed is very slow. I don't know how long it took, and finally arrived at the Xiu Luo Xing ball, Xiu Luo planet, located in the center of the universe. In the universe, it belongs to a relatively remote place, and it is also the most barren planet. Su Yan controlled the spaceship and landed on a desolate planet on the Xiuluo planet. On Xiuluo planet, there are many human beings. The number of human beings on the Xiu Luo planet far exceeds the total number of human races in the universe. The human beings who cultivated the Luo planet all lived on the edge of the planet, and rarely could enter the center of the planet. After all, repairing the energy shield of the Luo star can cut off the connection of the internal energy shield. The external energy enters the Xiu Luo Xing sphere, and has a great influence on the Xiu Luo Xing sphere. Su Yan controlled the Hyperion to land, then flew out of the Hyperion, and then flew towards the interior of the planet. This should be the residence of the Shura people, right? Su Yan thought to himself. Su Yan controlled the Hyperion and entered the planet. Su Yan controlled the Hyperion and landed in a valley. The Hyperion slowly stopped at the edge of the valley. Su Yan took control of the Hyperion and flew down from the Hyperion. Hey, that kid, why did he appear here? Could it be that his energy shield was destroyed by that Shura clan? No, if he was destroyed by the Shura clan to destroy his energy shield, he would not appear. Here it is. An old man glanced around a few times, and suddenly found Su Yan, and couldn't help but think, this little guy, 953, doesn't look like that Shura clan member. The old man looked at it for a while, and murmured in his heart. Su Yan controlled the Hyperion and flew towards the valley. The Shura tribe has a huge territory on the Xiuluo planet, and it is also very huge. Su Yan controlled the Hyperion, and soon flew into the Shura territory. On the territory of the Shura tribe, Su Yan's perception was very keen, so he could easily find where the Shura tribe was. However, when Su Yan controlled the Hyperion and flew into the territory of the Shura tribe, he was immediately intercepted by a group of Shura tribe fighters. This group of Asura warriors were all high-level warships. Each high-level warship's main gun muzzle shot out a huge tongue of flame towards Su Fei. Su Yan immediately manipulated the spaceship to dodge, avoiding the shells of the Shura warriors. Su Yan controlled the spaceship and moved quickly in this area, avoiding waves of shells. There are too many high-level warships of the Shura clan, and Su Yan's flying speed is too slow, and he can't get rid of the high-level warships of the Shura clan at all. Su controlled the spaceship, shuttling within the territory of the Shura clan. In the territory of the Shura clan, the strength of the Shura clan is very strong. They not only have high-level warships, but also have many small warships. There are only about a dozen of these small warships, each of which is a high-level warship. There are many masters of the Shura clan, and the number of their high-level warships is also countless. In the entire universe, the Shura clan is a very huge force. They not only occupied the planets in the starry sky, but also controlled all regions of the universe, and even established cities on the Xiuluo planet. However, the cities established by the Shura tribe on the planet Xiuluo are all under the control of the patriarch of the Shura tribe, and their cities have also been transformed by them, and become very strong. Even the general high-level star-level Asura clan can't destroy their cities, they can only damage their shells. However, this can only ensure that the outer shell of the city is not damaged, but there is nothing inside the city. The patriarchs of the Shura clan attach great importance to their own cities, and the people in the city are very precious wealth. If the outer skin is lost, it will deal a huge blow to the Shura clan. Therefore, the patriarchs of the Shura clan cherish their wealth very much. None of their cities can be destroyed at will, but they need their control. Where is the head of the Shura tribe? Su Yan controlled the Hyperion and wandered around the territory of the Shura tribe, but he couldn't find the leader of the Shura tribe. The leader of the Shura tribe will definitely not stay in this kind of place, and he will not show up easily. Su Yan thought in his heart, if this is the case, I might as well go to some Shura tribe to ask about the situation. Thinking of this, Su Yan controlled the Hyperion and flew towards the city. As soon as the Hyperion flew over that city, the gate of that city was opened, and a guard of the Shura tribe flew out, blocking the Hyperion. Stop! This city is our leader's city. Don't trespass! The guard of the Asura clan yelled. Oh, that's it, then I won't go in. When Su Yan heard this, the corners of Su Yan's mouth turned up slightly, revealing a smile. HMP8. The guard snorted coldly upon hearing this. He turned his head to look at the gate of the city, then looked at Su Yan, and said, "However, you must leave your token. We will find out who you are, then catch you and hand you over to the patriarch." Hearing the guard's words, the corners of Su Yan's mouth twitched twice. He didn't expect this guard to want to check his token. It's really funny. He was sent by the Cosmic Alliance. If he took out their Cosmic Alliance, the token, wouldn't that reveal his identity? This guy actually wants to check his token. How funny. Thinking of this, Su Yan cursed secretly in his heart. Damn, Laos's token. Is it that you, a little guard, can check it casually? Thinking about it, Su Yan suddenly felt angry. He controlled the Hyperion and flew towards the city. But at this moment, the Hyperion was suddenly blocked by a powerful defensive force. The Hyperion was blocked by a powerful defense force, and it was impossible to continue flying. Okay. Su Yan controlled the Hyperion and stopped in the void. Then he glanced around. It was discovered that in the void, there were a large number of high-level battleships floating, and on top of these high-level battleships, there were figures of Asura warriors. The bodies of these Shura warriors are very tall. They are about 1.9 meters tall, and they are covered with metal armor. On their chests, there is also a silver badge, which is the Identity 1.3 symbol of the Shura warriors. These Shura warriors should all be fighters of the Shura tribe. While Su Yan looked at those Shura warriors, he also noticed that beside these Shura warriors, there were many spaceships floating. The number of spaceships was at least more than 200. Among the 200 spaceships, most of them are piloted by the Shura tribe, and only a small number of spaceships are high-level warships of the Shura tribe. Hey! Su Yan looked at the high-level figures on those high-level battleships. They were also fighters of the Shura tribe, and they were all leaders of the Shura tribe. The commanders of these high-level warships all have the bloodline inheritance of the Shura clan, and they all have the special blood talent of the Shura clan, and they can control high-level battleships. What? Suddenly, Su Yan's eyes fell on a high-ranking Shura clansman. He found that the Shura tribe was staring at him. "It's you." The high-ranking Shura tribe stared at Su Yan, and a look of surprise appeared on his face immediately. "Do you know me?" Su Yan frowned. "You are the Shura clansman who killed my brother." "Right. My name is Arlert. Here, you'd better be obedient and don't move around. Otherwise, I can't guarantee that I won't be rude to you." This Arlert is a leader of the Shura clan. "Arlert, it turns out that you are the leader of the Shura clan. It seems that this incident has nothing to do with the Shura clan." Su Yan pondered for a moment and guessed the general course of the incident. "Ha ha ha. You dare to call me by my surname. It seems that you are quite courageous." Arlert laughed out loud when he heard this. "I'm just guessing," Su Yan said. "However, although you guessed it right, you still can't get out of here alive, because you killed my brother. So you must die," Arlert said. His fists clenched tightly, and his eyes were full of angry flames. "If this is the case, let's start without talking nonsense," Su Yan said in a cold voice, and then he took control of the Hyperion and rushed towards Arlert. Seeing this, Arlert also controlled a high-level Shura warship, heading towards the Hyperion. Bang, bang. The warships of the two sides collided together, and they collided violently in an instant. There was a violent collision, and violent shock waves spread rapidly. Although Arlert's Shura battleship is relatively powerful, Su Yan's Hyperion is an advanced spaceship after all. After so many years of accumulation, it is also quite powerful. After such a violent impact, the Hyperion still stands there. When Arlert saw this scene, his expression changed. He never thought that his battleship could not even break through the defense of the Hyperion, which is really incredible. "I don't know where King Shura got such a high-tech warship." Arlert snorted coldly. "Arlert, are you my opponent?" Su Yan said lightly. "HMP8. Don't think that you can be rampant just because you are the bodyguard of King Shura. Let me tell you, on this planet, only I, Arlert, have the qualifications to be your master." The Hyperion crashed into the past. Rumble. The two spaceships collided quickly. The two spaceships were almost hitting each other with all their strength. For a moment, the entire void was shaken by the impact. Terrible energy waves, after the collision of the two spaceships, burst out everywhere. Boom. There was another loud noise, and a big hole was knocked out of the bulkhead above the Hyperion, and the entire Hyperion was also damaged, with a large number of cracks appearing on the bulkhead. It was the same situation on Arlert's Asura warship. However, Arlert's battleship did not have a large number of cracks like the Hyperion. How could this happen? My Shura battleship was not damaged. Could it be that my Shura battleship is a super advanced high-level Shura battleship? Arlert looked at his Shura battleship in horror. This Shura warship is also a super advanced warship, the top existence among the Shura clan. Moreover, his Shura battleship also possesses impressive attack capabilities, and can even smash starship battleships into pieces. And this is also one of the most proud combat weapons of the Shura tribe. But now, his Shura battleship was not damaged at all, which made him feel very surprised. HMPH, you can only play tricks in front of me. Su Yan snorted coldly, controlled the Hyperion, and ran towards the Shura battleship. The two super warships collided again. Arlert controls the Shura battleship, constantly hitting the Hyperion. His attack power is very powerful. His battleship, like a tank, hits the Hyperion, can't help shaking up. Boom, boom. The Hyperion and the Shura battleship kept colliding, and the two spaceships were almost evenly matched, neither giving way. It is indeed a super advanced Shura battleship. It seems that the Shura clan is really rich and powerful. There are so many high-level and high-level Shura battleships. No wonder the strength of the Shura clan can be so bad. Yes, I have encountered these high-level Asura warships before, but none of them can resist them. The power of these warships is really too powerful, and my Asura battleships cannot compete with them at all. Su Yan controls the Hyperion to fight Arlert. Under Su Yan's control, the Hyperion was able to display even more terrifying combat power, which caused Arlert to suffer a lot and was constantly deflated. And he had nothing to do with the Hyperion. Damn it, my Shura battleship has no way to get your Hyperion. Arlert was furious in his heart. He felt very ashamed. He controlled his battleship and ran towards the Hyperion again. Boom! A violent collision sound resounded, and the Hyperion was knocked back again, and the hatch of the Hyperion 140 was also smashed to pieces during this collision. The upper hatch cover was also knocked off a lot. The hull of the Hyperion has also become riddled with holes. Arlert, although your Shura battleship is powerful, your attack power is too weak. If you don't show some real skills, our Hyperion will probably be ruined here. Su Yan snorted coldly, continued to control the Hyperion, and quickly slammed into Arlert's warship. Damn it! Seeing this, Arlert could only grit his teeth and let out a roar, and controlled the Shura battleship, quickly dodging the Hyperion's attack. However, his speed was not as fast as the Hyperion after all. No matter how he tried to escape, he could not escape the pursuit of the Hyperion, and soon, the Hyperion collided with him again. Rumble! The Hyperion continued to hit, and Arlert's battleship was also constantly retreated by the hit. The Hyperion's attack power is really too strong. No matter how Arlert's warship dodges, the Hyperion's impact can always hit it easily. The people on the Asura battleship, watching Arlert's battleship chasing Su Yan, couldn't help worrying about Arlert. Although this Arlert is also a genius of the Asura clan, he still looks vulnerable in front of Su Yan. This made the monks of the Shura tribe feel extremely afraid of Su Yan's strength. Damn it, Hyperion, work harder. Arlert gritted his teeth, controlled the Shura battleship, and kept ramming towards the Hyperion. It's a pity that his Shura battleship was not able to knock down the Hyperion. The Hyperion was still crashing quickly. Arlert was no match at all. The Hyperion hit his Shura warship repeatedly and pushed it backwards. Damn it, how could this Hyperion be so fishy? Arlert shouted with a livid face. The Shura battleship was knocked out, which made Arlert feel very aggrieved. He has been looking for a way to turn defeat into victory, but so far, he was still crushed by the Hyperion, and his battleship was also riddled with holes. If it continues to be hit by the opponent like this, Arlert's battleship will be destroyed by the Hyperion in a short time. Half of my Shura battleship has been damaged. If it is hit by the Hyperion again, my Shura battleship will definitely be scrapped. Arlert was very depressed. He has always been a very strong person, unwilling to fail, and he also believed that the Shura battleship could definitely be restored, and he would never allow himself to lose to a human being. Your Shura battleship has already been scrapped. How could your Shura battleship be scrapped? The Shura battleship is made of a very special material. Once it is hit, the Shura battleship will be scrapped, but your Shura battleship, but it was not scrapped. On the contrary, it was able to exert a more powerful force. You didn't realize this, did you? Su Yan smiled lightly, and said, your Shura battleship is only stronger than ordinary battleships, and your battleship is also made of a special material. So although your battleship is scrapped, the defense is still intact, as long as you restore it. You can activate the defense of the Shura battleship, thus restoring your battleship to its original state. Hearing Su Yan's words, Arlert's heart was slightly shocked, and he carefully observed his Shura battleship. His Shura battleship is indeed a special battleship. His Shura battleship is a very strange battleship. Its defense power far surpasses that of ordinary battleships. His Shura battleship has very complicated structures on it. Defense device. As long as he activates the defense device, the Shura battleship will return to its original state. But at this time, the interior of the Shura battleship has been hit, and has become riddled with holes. It may take a long time to restore the Shura battleship to its original state. During this period of time, for the Shura tribe, it was enough for the Hyperion to catch up. At that time, the Hyperion hit again, and Arlert's battleship did not know whether it could withstand it. I can't lose. I can't let this Shura battleship be scrapped. Definitely can't let the Shura battleship be scrapped, Arlert thought secretly. Seeing that the Shura battleship was about to be destroyed by Su Yan, Arlert's eyes lit up. The guard system of the Shura battleship started to activate. Arlert let out a loud cry, and the guard system on the Shura battleship began to operate crazily. In the eyes of the monks of the Shura clan, as long as there is a problem with their Shura battleship, they will activate the guard system to minimize the damage of the Shura battleship. Boom! With the sound of a huge explosion, Arlert sensed that his battleship had activated the guard system, and the defense device on the Shura battleship was rapidly repairing his battleship, making the defense device on his battleship once again recovered. Haha! The defense system of the Shura battleship has not been scrapped yet. Arlert was overjoyed. The defense system of his Shura battleship was not scrapped, which meant that he still had room to counterattack. As long as he smashes Su Yan's Hyperion, he can kill Su Yan. Thinking of this, Arlert couldn't help feeling boundless pride in his heart. Hyperion, you are going to die. Arlert shouted loudly, clenched his fists, and rushed towards Su Yan's Hyperion. He is going to use his powerful strength to completely destroy the Hyperion. Your Shura battleship is indeed very powerful, but you have ignored the flaws of the Shura battleship. A faint smile appeared on the corner of Su Yan's mouth. The Hyperion in his hand had completely knocked Arlert's battleship into the air. Arlert's Shura battleship had already been scrapped, and Su Yan's Hyperion, but without any damage. How is this going? My Shura warship, why was it knocked into the air? Why? Could it be that our Shura battleship was knocked into the air so easily? Seeing Arlert's Shura battleship being knocked into the air by the Hyperion, many high-level officials of the Shura tribe were shocked. They never thought that Arlert's Shura battleship was knocked into the air like this. Damn it! The Hyperion actually knocked Arlert's Shura battleship into the air. Arlert's Shura battleship is a very precious treasure. This time, our Shura tribe has lost all face. A group of senior officials of the Shura tribe, they looked at Arlert's Shura warship with distress. Their Shura battleship is also a very good battleship. If their Shura battleship hadn't been destroyed, then their Shura battleship, Nas Promise, could be used for offense instead of being passive like it is now defense. Arlert's Asura battleship was knocked into the air, so their Asura battleship can only be in the Asura world, waiting for provocation from others. This kind of life is really too tragic for Arlert's Asura clan. Already furious, Shura battleships, activate all of them for me, and enter the battle preparation mode. Take out all the Shura battle armors, and block the opponent's attacking dogs for me. Shura warrior, enter the combat state immediately. I want to kill the opponent completely. Arlert's face was extremely gloomy. He knew that his Asura warship was destroyed, which was an extremely serious loss. The only thing he can do now is to completely destroy his battleship, and then summon all the Asura warriors. Make up for the loss of the Shura clan, otherwise, his action this time will be a complete failure. Alright, since you all want to court death, then I will grant you. The corners of Su Yan's mouth curled up, and a cold look flashed in his eyes. He knew that Arlert was now ready to take the real action. In this war, he not only wanted to win the first place, but also wanted to win the first place. Boom! A series of loud bangs sounded, and Arlert's Shura battleship began to quickly turn its guns, aiming at the Hyperion. Following the burst of dazzling rays of light, the main gun of the Shura battleship also began to spin crazily. Bombard me! Arlert let out a violent roar, and dazzling beams of light burst out, bombarding the Hyperion. The speed of those beams was extremely fast, and they had already arrived in front of the Hyperion in an instant. Boom! There was a burst of violent explosions, and huge waves of air swept out from the Hyperion. This kind of air wave is very domineering. Under the action of the air wave, the entire Hyperion shook violently, and the light beams fired by Arlert were also bounced back one after another, exploded in the air. Seeing this scene, Arlert's face immediately showed a surprised expression. This is impossible, Arlert exclaimed. There are obviously no defensive measures on this ship 897. Why, all the light beams I just fired were bounced back. He was full of doubts. The light beams he fired were all refined by him, after spending thousands of years of life. They were many times more powerful than ordinary warships. How could they be bounced away so easily? Could it be that the opponent's warship also has some heaven-defying effect, which can block the beams it shoots out? HMPH. There is nothing special on your Asura battleship at all. In my eyes, the light beams you shoot are simply too weak. and they can't resist the attack I fired at all. Su Yan said coldly, I want to see if the attack I send out can defeat your Shura battleship. While talking, Su Yan continuously fired beams of light from his hand, attacking Arlert's Shura battleship. Every time an attack landed on Arlert's Shura battleship would tremble violently a few times, as if it was enduring some great pain. The Asura warriors on the Arlert Asura battleship were all shocked when they saw the scene on the Arlert battleship. Although they knew that Arlert's Asura warship possessed powerful defensive capabilities, they never expected that Arlert's Asura warship would still be so vulnerable to Su Yan's attack. Let's hurry up, we can't let Mr. Arlert be killed by that human. One of Arlert's elders roared. The Shura fighters on their Shura battleship also increased the energy transmission of the battleship, and poured it into the Shura battleship frantically, hoping that the defense ability of the Shura battleship would be improved again. In the Shura clan, there are many secrets, and these secrets are also hidden from outsiders. Just like Arlert, many people in the Shura clan don't know that there is such a defense device on the Shura battleship of the Shura clan. If the high-level officials of the Shura clan know about it, they will definitely shut down this Shura battleship. Boom. Another attack was fired from the Hyperion. This time, the speed of the light beam fired by Arlert became faster and faster. Boom, boom, boom. A series of explosions sounded endlessly, and the entire Hyperion was shrouded in dazzling white light. This time, those attacking light beams all bombarded the hull of the Hyperion, and there were dents on the hull of the Hyperion after being bombarded. At this time, the energy shield of the Asura battleship has also been broken, and countless energy rays are scurrying around. Another series of loud noises. The Shura battleship's energy cover finally completely collapsed. Countless rays of light shot out from the Shura battleship's energy cover, and charged towards Su Yan's Hyperion. Su Yan stood inside the Shura battleship, staring coldly at the light beams ahead. The Hyperion immediately accelerated, and rammed into Arlert's Shura warship. The Hyperion directly encountered Arlert's Shura battleship, and the two Shura battleships were violently shaken by the collision. Thick white smoke emitted from the two Shura battleships. Obviously, the Shura battleships had already begun to be damaged after being attacked by the Su Yan's Hyperion. What a powerful ship! What a tyrannical battleship! What a powerful battle force! Seeing the scene in front of me, the eyes of Arlert's Shura battleship and some Shura fighters lit up, and my heart was extremely excited. Arlert also looked at the Hyperion in shock, with an extremely ugly expression on his face. He didn't expect that his Shura battleship could not even break through the Su Yan Hyperion's defense. Damn it, what kind of ghost warship is this? How is it possible that my battleship can't break through this ship? It's absolutely impossible. Impossible. Arlert's Asura warship is already the top existence in the Asura clan, and can be regarded as the strongest warship in the Asura clan. In his opinion, his Shura battleship should not have ended like this at all, but the facts told him that Shura warships were like this. Ha ha ha. Arlert, now you know how powerful I am, Su Yan said with a smile, looking at Arlert of the Shura tribe, with a mocking expression in his eyes. Arlert's face was gloomy. He really did not expect such a situation, and such a result was completely beyond his expectation. Damn it. What does your ship look like? It's beyond my imagination that it can make such an attack. Arlert roared angrily. My battleship is called Hyperion, you Shura clan. You should have heard of it, right? And I am the owner of this ship, Su Yan said with a smile. The moment he heard the words of the master of the Hyperion, Arlert's body trembled, and he looked at Su Yan in disbelief. He never thought that the owner of this boat would be this young man. The Hyperion is a battleship that has never appeared in the historical records of the Shura clan. In the history of their Shura clan, for a long period of time, there has never been such a warship. At this moment, Arlert suddenly felt a little rejoiced. Fortunately, his father had entrusted him to take care of the Shura clan. Otherwise, he would really not be able to control the Shura battleship, and he would not be able to have the status he has today. It turned out to be the Hyperion, Arlert murmured. The Shura clan once had this kind of battleship in ancient times. At that time, when they walked in the universe, they also encountered many dangers. In the end, they all saved themselves from danger, successfully escaped the pursuit of the enemy, successfully hid in the dock of the interstellar pirates, and became the strongest force on the planet. However, they have no way to build a powerful warship, like the Hyperion on this planet, because they no longer have any resources in their dock. Are you Su Yan, owner of the Hyperion? Arlert asked. Yes, I am Su Yan. Su Yan nodded and said. Arlert frowned, and after a moment of silence, he suddenly shouted, all retreat tilde. Evacuate Lual Castle. All retreat. Evacuate Shu Luacheng Fort. Arlert's voice spread throughout the Xiu Luacheng Fort. Arlert's Shura fighters present are all his bodyguards. Inside and outside Zeuluo Castle, Arlert's Asura warriors quickly poured into Arlert's Asura battleship, and then quickly retreated into Arlert's Asura battleship. Arlert also boarded his Shura battleship immediately after everyone evacuated. Su Yan's Hyperion also stopped advancing, suspended in place, waiting for the Arlert Shura battleship to leave. Hoo-hoo! The Shura battleship is under the control of the Arlert Shura warrior. He quickly left here and headed towards the far east. The speed of the Shura battleship was very fast, and it quickly disappeared from everyone's sight. Su Yan took back the control of the Hyperion, and watched the Shura battleship gradually go away. A smug look flashed across his face. Arlert, let's leave now. I hope you don't come to trouble me again. Otherwise, the next time I see you, it won't be as simple as a battleship. Su Yan has a faint smile on his face. Then he suppressed the smile on his face, turned around and flew into the distance. Arlert's subordinates were relieved to see Su Yan leave here. Although Su Yan's battleship is very powerful, the super powerful artillery on the Hyperion also brought them great casualties. Just one step away, they were hit by the Hyperion's shells. If it wasn't for the Hyperion's turret not activated, the Arlert Shura battleship didn't dare to act recklessly, and I'm afraid they wouldn't be able to leave alive. The turret on the Hyperion was activated, and Su Yan mobilized all the weapons of the battleship. Then shoot into the distance. Su Yan is not worried that Arlert will retaliate against him. After all, in this star, except for the battleship Hyperion, there are no other warships at all. It is impossible for Arlert to come up with more advanced warships. Otherwise, there is no need to keep the artillery on the Hyperion, and they can directly kill all their warships. Su Yan's Hyperion kept advancing at high speed without stopping. The fighters of the Shura tribe all had extremely ugly faces, and their eyes were full of fear. The situation just now was too frightening, and they couldn't help being afraid. They had never seen such a super powerful weapon, so when they saw the Su Yan Hyperion, they couldn't help being scared. However, when they saw the huge war fortress, they became excited again, because they knew that fortress. It was the war fortress of their Shura clan, a fortress that surpassed ordinary warships. Shura warships are very powerful war fortresses, and war fortresses possess the power to destroy heaven and earth. Boss, does the Shura clan still have such a powerful war fortress? One person couldn't help asking. Of course there is a war fortress of our Shura clan. A proud smile appeared on Arlert's face, and then he handed over the control of his Shura battle fortress to the most trusted deputy commander. The battle here is up to you, Arlert said to the deputy commander. The deputy commander is a relatively powerful fighter in the Shura tribe, named Balor, and Arlert respects him very much. Hearing what Arlert said, Balor immediately said respectfully, "Don't worry, Lord Patriarch. The subordinates will definitely clean up the battle here with due diligence." "That's good. I believe you can handle the battle here cleanly," Arlert said. Afterwards, Arlert turned around and glanced at Su Yan, with a mocking smile on his face. "Su Yan, do you think I will lose to you? Let me tell you, you will not understand the power of the battle fortress of the Shura battleship. Although your Hyperion is powerful, you can't be my opponent. Just wait and see." Arlert sneered, and then he also took his Shura battleship and quickly disappeared into the distant sky. Su Yan also looked away, watching Arlert's battleship leave, with an evil smile on the corner of his mouth. "Play tricks with me, Arlert. You underestimate me," Su Yan thought to himself. The Arlert Shura battleship was traveling extremely fast, and it didn't take long before it disappeared from Su Yan's field of vision. "I don't believe that the battle fortress of your Shura clan can withstand the attack of the Hyperion," Su Yan said with an evil smile on his face. Su Yan controlled the Hyperion and flew forward quickly. The star field he is currently in is already far away from the battle fortress of the Arlert Shura battleship. In this way, Yin Yan no longer needed to worry about the Arlert Shura battleship tracking him. The Hyperion continued to fly, and it didn't take long for his sailing route to deviate from the star field of the Shura tribe. The Arlert battleship has left the Anaheim galaxy at this time, and came to a deeper universe. The speed of the Arlert Shura battleship was very fast, and soon surpassed the speed of light. Su Yan controlled the Hyperion and flew towards the distance. There was a smile on his face, and now he could finally relax a little bit. After the Hyperion flew for a certain distance, several black dots suddenly appeared in front of it, and then Su Yan saw clearly. Were those black dots the battle fortresses of the Shura clan? These battle fortresses of the Shura clan are all made of steel. Each battle fortress is fully 10 meters high, and the turrets on it are very tall, and strong energy fluctuations are emitted from the barrel. It seems that the battle fortress of the Shura clan is really not simple. Su Yan looked at the few battle fortresses of the Shura clan in front of him, and his eyes shone with light. He controlled the Hyperion and continued to fly forward. However, he did not continue to fly, but stopped in front, ready to wait here. He wanted to see how long these battle fortresses could withstand the Hyperion's attack, but he didn't know whether these battle fortresses of the Shura tribe could withstand the bombing of the Hyperion. Su Yan waited for about a quarter of an hour, and the battle fortresses of the Shura tribe in front began to charge towards the Hyperion on 720. Haha. With a mockery on his face, Su Yan controlled the Hyperion and continued to move forward. Although these Shura clan battle fortresses can also fire shells, their power is not very powerful, but they are just relatively powerful general battle fortresses. Su Yan's Hyperion is a super spaceship. The speed at which he controls the Hyperion is naturally many times faster than theirs. He controlled the Hyperion, constantly approaching their battle fortress. These Shura clan battle fortresses looked at the ever-approaching Hyperion, and their eyes flashed with anger. Damn it! This person dares to provoke us. Damn it! I want to tear him into pieces. In one of the battle fortresses of the Shura tribe, a burly man stood up. There was a resentful expression on his face. Doesn't he just rely on the fact that he owns the Hyperion? Our battle fortress is also twice the size of the Hyperion, and our gun muzzle is a circle thicker than the Hyperion's barrel, and our battle fortress has the strongest defense structure. Even the attacking energy cannon of the Hyperion can't destroy our defense. Another man next to him also said, good. Can't let him run away. He must die. Several other people in the battle fortress of the Shura clan stood up one after another, and roared in the direction of the Hyperion. Humph. It's just a few forts, Su Yan said indifferently. He didn't pay attention to those fortresses in the battle fortress of the Shura tribe at all. Their battle fortress can easily deal with a warship just by relying on the artillery fire from the turret. They also have no shortage of energy spars. Their energy crystals are enough to supply them for a year. There is nothing special about these battle fortresses of the Shura clan. They are just a group of forts. Su Yan controlled the Hyperion and continued to fly forward. These battle fortresses of the Shura tribe continued to attack the Hyperion, trying to intercept Su Yan. However, at a distance of 5 kilometers from the Hyperion, they were blocked by the shield of the Hyperion. Inside the battle fortresses of the Shura clan, the fighters of the Shura clan looked at the shields in front of them, and they all showed shocked expressions on their faces. How is it possible? Our battle fortress can't even penetrate the front shield. What's going on? Damn it! Our battle fortress can easily tear through the void. Why can't it penetrate the front shield? Could it be that this person blocked our battle fortress? The Shura warriors in these Shura battle fortresses were discussing one after another. They are not stupid and know that it must be Su Yan's credit. They also know that this person owns the Hyperion and can fly above their battle fortress, so the speed of Su Yan's battle fortress will definitely increase a lot. They were able to keep attacking in the battle fortress in front of them, but the battle fortress in front of them was constantly counterattacking. They also couldn't figure out why the battle fortress in front kept fighting back. Haha. Arlert, you underestimate the Hyperion's defense too. My Hyperion is a super spaceship, and it is also the top existence in the super spaceship. These battle fortresses of yours are completely destroyed. No Hyperion, Su Yan said to Arlert in the Hyperion. Arlert also had a look of surprise on his face. This is impossible. These battle fortresses of mine are SSS-level battle fortresses. This kind of defensive battle fortress is comparable to the defense power of SS-level spaceships. How could it be given by your Hyperion? Resist. He felt that he must have heard it wrong, or that this person was deliberately scaring him. But soon, a sense of fear rose in his heart. This man is very powerful. His strength has probably reached the 5S level. Thinking of this, Arlert's face also became serious. He knows that super spaceships are very rare. Although the technological level of their Shura tribe has reached the SSS level, it is still a little bit worse. Their technological level is not comparable to that of ordinary comprehension civilizations, and they can only barely reach the B level. If this person is also a cultivator in a super spaceship, then their Shura clan will be completely finished. Hyperion, speed up. Don't get entangled with these battle fortresses, Su Yan ordered to Hyperion. The Hyperion immediately accelerated and flew forward. Boom. Just when the Hyperion was about to leave this universe, a 0.3 shell was shot out from a battle fortress of the Shura clan. The cannonball was extremely fast, and in a blink of an eye, it hit the outer shell of the Hyperion, and violent energy fluctuations erupted. But the Hyperion, still undamaged, continued to fly forward. Boom. Immediately afterwards, another shell flew over. The cannonball this time is much stronger in speed and power than the previous one. The Hyperion evaded in the air, but this time he didn't use the energy shield again. Boom. Boom. There were loud bangs, and shells hit the outer shell of the Hyperion, sparking huge sparks, and then exploded. However, The Hyperion was not damaged at all. Good. Very good. It seems that these battle fortresses of your Shura tribe are indeed very good. They are indeed the most outstanding battle fortresses of the Shura tribe. They can even destroy the defense of my ship, the Hyperion, which is indeed very powerful. It's just a pity that there are still a lot of shells in my Hyperion, Su Yan said with a smile. Immediately, he steered the Hyperion and flew out again. On the outer shell of the Hyperion, a big hole appeared, and rays of light emanated from the hole, which were energy cannons. Boom! A burst of intensive shelling exploded on the hull of the Hyperion. The aftermath of those shell explosions also spread to the surroundings. The power of these cannonballs is also very tyrannical, but the Hyperion was not damaged at all. Seeing this scene, the Shura warriors in the battle fortress of the Shura tribe were all dumbfounded. Damn it! How could this person's defense be so strong? The leaders of the battle fortresses of the Shura tribe also said in horror. I don't believe it. How could you have such defensive power? There was a gloomy look on Arlert's face. These battle fortresses of his are the highest level existences in the Super 23 spaceship. Their defense power has reached the SSS level, and they can resist the attack of an SSS level spaceship. Now, these battle fortresses of his can't do anything to the Hyperion. My Hyperion, of course, cannot be defeated by you rubbish. Is there any of you rubbish who is willing to try it? Su Yan sneered. You are so arrogant. Since you dare to be so arrogant, then I want to see whether your defense is stronger, or my shells are stronger. Arlert shouted angrily. After the words fell, he took out another cannonball in his hand. This cannonball is extremely fast. In the blink of an eye, it shot into the interior of the Hyperion and exploded. This cannonball, the energy generated by the explosion, directly destroyed the internal structure of the Hyperion. The entire Hyperion was blown to pieces, and then turned into debris that filled the sky. The Shura warriors in the battle fortress of the Shura tribe gasped when they saw this scene. How is this possible? The technological level of our Shura tribe has reached the level of S level, and can easily defeat any SS level spaceship. Why can't our battle fortress be broken? This is a human super spaceship, a Shura warrior exclaimed. That's right. This person's strength seems to be much stronger than ours, and he should also be a SSS level powerhouse. But I really want to see who is more powerful. Our Shura clan does not allow insulted, a Shura warrior said. Well, you bastards, get ready to die. Su Yan sneered, and then continued to control the Hyperion, charging towards the battle fortresses of the Shura tribe. Boom! Su Yan's Hyperion slammed into these battle fortresses fiercely, destroying several battle fortresses at once, and bursting open. Damn it! We joined forces to attack him, and we don't believe that he can still maintain such a defensive state. Good. All the Shura warriors nodded in agreement. One after another energy beams shot towards the Hyperion, trying to tear the Hyperion apart. Boom! Su Yan manipulated the Hyperion, and flew towards the distance suddenly, avoiding the attacks of these energy beams in the distance. Boom! The energy beam's attack landed on the Hyperion, blowing up the Hyperion completely, with holes everywhere, and black smoke constantly gushing out. The Hyperion flew forward again for a distance of tens of thousands of kilometers, and finally stopped. You rubbish can actually harm the Hyperion. Su Yan's face turned livid. Arlert is not worried. There are many powerful weapons in his battle fortresses. As long as he activates the weapons, he is sure to kill this person. At this time, inside the two battle fortresses, there were suddenly two shells that shot towards Su Yan. Boom! Su Yan's reaction was also very quick. He manipulated the Hyperion and avoided the attack of these two shells. Whoosh! Whoosh! A series of shells are attacking Su Yan. Su Yan is manipulating the Hyperion, constantly dodging the attacks of these shells. The defense power of the Hyperion was simply unable to withstand the attacks of these shells. As long as there is even a slight error, Su Yan's Hyperion will be completely scrapped. Haha, now you know how powerful we are. Arlert laughed loudly. Hey, you bunch of rubbish. What a disappointment. You were able to break through the defense of my Hyperion, but you rubbish are too weak. It is impossible to break the defense of my Hyperion. Su Yan smiled lightly and said, I see. I still don't want to waste time with you rubbish. Kill all 193 of you now. The muzzle of the energy gun controlled by Su Yan lit up, and then beams of energy beams attacked all around crazily with incomparable speed. Rumble! A series of explosions sounded, and suddenly, among those battle fortresses, several battle fortresses were hit by energy beams, and a big hole was pierced immediately. In these battle fortresses, it is not like Su Yan controls the Hyperion, where he can use the energy muzzle of the Hyperion to launch an energy beam. There is no way for their energy muzzles to emit energy beams, so their defensive energy beams couldn't resist Su Yan's attack at all, and they were shattered in an instant. and then they were hit by the energy beams, turning into a pile of scrap metal, and destroyed by the energy beams. These battle fortresses are the war tools of the Shura tribe, and their defense power is inferior to other battle fortresses of the Shura tribe, and they are only comparable to the SS-level spaceships of the Shura tribe. Under the attack of the energy muzzle of Su Yan's super spaceship, there was no resistance at all, and it was destroyed in an instant. Inside these battle fortresses, some Shura warriors were also shaken by this terrifying energy. They backed out. Damn it, this person's energy turret is too powerful. It's difficult for him to resist at all. Arlert's face changed drastically. He never thought that this person's energy turret would be so powerful. He was able to easily destroy his battle fortress, causing him heavy losses. Boom. Several battle fortresses of the Shura clan were bombarded by Su Yan's energy battery, and then were also destroyed. Not only these battle fortresses of the Shura clan, but also many ordinary flying objects were hit by the energy beam of the Hyperion, turned into balls of fire, and fell outside the Hyperion. At this time, the Hyperion was activated again, and then fired energy beams towards Arlert's battle fortress again. The energy beams emitted by these Hyperion ships are more ferocious than before, and their power is also many times greater than before. Some flying objects, affected by these energy beams, are directly blown into powder. No, these Hyperion's attacks are too sharp. Although my energy shells are powerful, they have no effect at all under their attacks. They will only consume my Hyperion's energy in vain. Su Yan, seeing this situation, he couldn't help frowning. Although he was able to rely on the Hyperion's defensive power to resist the Hyperion's energy beam bombardment, but in doing so, the Hyperion's defense would also be exhausted, so he had to find a solution as soon as possible. Otherwise, he would be easily wiped out by these Hyperion ships. Hyperion, fire the energy beam again, Su Yan ordered. 3 more shells were fired towards the Hyperion. The power of these 3 shells is obviously many times stronger than the previous shells. These 3 shells were all launched by Su Yan controlling the Hyperion, so the energy beams in the Hyperion were not affected, and they still shot towards Arlert's battle fortress dam. Seeing this, Arlert couldn't help but turn extremely ugly. He quickly steered his Hyperion, and began to flee to the distance, hoping to avoid this wave of attacks. Want to run? Su Yan controlled the Hyperion to catch up, and continued to attack the Hyperion. The Hyperion galloped all the way to the distance, with a fast speed, continuously firing energy beams towards Arlert's battle fortress. Arlert's battle fortress also began to run away continuously, hoping to get rid of Su Yan's attack range. The energy turret of the Hyperion continuously emitted energy beams, continuously shooting towards Arlert's battle fortress. These energy beams are extremely numerous, densely packed into Arlert's battle fortress, constantly impacting Arlert's battle fortress. The number of these energy beams is really too much, and their power is also very terrifying, so the Asura warriors in Arlert's battle fortress were immediately stunned. Some people's bodies began to collapse, and then they were blasted into blood mist, so dead that they couldn't die anymore. Damn it, how could this person be so powerful? Several of our battle fortresses have been destroyed by him, and now we have no resistance at all, Arlert said through gritted teeth. Although he is protected by a powerful battle fortress, facing the bombardment of these terrifying energy forts, he also feels very strenuous. He even suspects that his battle fortress may be destroyed at any time. The energy beams of the Hyperion are becoming more and more powerful. If this continues, we will be completely destroyed by these energy beams sooner or later. No, we must find a way to stop him. Some Shura kings are constantly shooting at them. The Hyperion with the energy shells turned extremely gloomy. They knew in their hearts that now was not the time to act emotionally, and they had to think of a solution as soon as possible. Otherwise, they would really be killed by this terrifying person in front of them. No, I have to get out of here as soon as possible, so I can't waste time here, Arlert thought to himself. His gaze suddenly turned to the sky not far away, and he saw that the clouds, they were violently rolling, as if there were thunder rolling. These thunders contained terrifying energy, and he knew that there was thunder and lightning brewing there. As long as he waited for a while, thunder would definitely descend. Thinking of this, Arlert hastily manipulated the energy beam inside the battle fortress, and fired it towards the distance, trying to lure away the lightning in that area. But what Arlert didn't expect was that his attack was immediately swallowed by those lightning bolts as soon as he launched it. What happened? After the energy beams in Arlert's battle fortress were devoured, he felt that inside his battle fortress, there seemed to be a giant dragon raging unceasingly, causing the inside of his battle fortress to tremble continuously. The energy shield in his battle fortress also became precarious, as if it would burst at any moment. No, I absolutely can't stay here any longer, or my battle fortress will be destroyed. Arlort's face turned blue and red alternately. He gritted his teeth, then manipulated the battle fortress, and quickly fled towards the distance. His battle fortress, under the crazy attack of Su Yan's Hyperion, has become very embarrassed. If this continues, his battle fortress will definitely be destroyed, so he must retreat quickly. Arlort Zhao Wang Zhao, manipulated his battle fortress and fled towards the distance quickly. His battle fortress was also very fast. In the blink of an eye, his battle fortress had already escaped from Su Yan attack range. Su Yan didn't attack Arlort's battle fortress anymore, but focused on the Hyperion. Energy cannonballs are still continuously fired from the Hyperion, and energy cannonballs continue to bombard one after another. Damn, we're running out of energy. Arlort is getting worse, and he knows he won't last much longer. Clark's complexion fluctuated. Looking at the Hyperion, his face showed a painful expression. No, the energy reserve has been almost exhausted, and our energy light cannon is gone. Next, I'm afraid we can only rely on we have lost our lives, and we hope that the Hyperion can persevere. Otherwise we will be finished. Clark took a deep breath, and he fired towards Su Yan. Energy beams, with terrifying power, bombarded Su Yan's Hyperion, trying to destroy the Hyperion's energy, and then took the opportunity to escape. However, the energy shield of Su Yan's Hyperion is very strong, not damaged at all, but getting stronger and stronger. No matter where those energy beams are emitted from, they cannot defeat Su Yan's Hyperion. Seeing this situation, Clark's face became paler and paler. He looked at the battle fortress in the distance. His eyes were full of anxiety and unwillingness. He knew that this time he was doomed. If he hadn't met Su Yan, his strength might have been even stronger, but the situation is different now. He is no match for Su Yan and the Hyperion. They are not enemies of the same level at all. Damn it. The defense system of the Hyperion is so powerful that it cannot destroy his defense system. Damn it, this damned person. How did he do it? How did he do it? Could it be that he is a super expert? Arlort looked at the Hyperion, his face changing unpredictably. Although Su Yan's Hyperion is just an ordinary battle fortress in 803, it has powerful defense capabilities. Even the super technological devices of their Shura tribe can't leave any traces on it. Arlort doesn't believe that Su Yan is an ordinary person. Damn it. Could it be that the battle fortress of our Shura tribe is so helpless to kill them? Could it be that our strength is even inferior to ants in front of them? Arlort's eyes are full of anger and unwillingness. Lord Arlort, don't be discouraged. Although our battle fortress is not their opponent, we can unite with other races to deal with them. I believe other races can kill them. Seeing Arlort's frustration and loss, he felt very uncomfortable. He began to persuade Arlort, hoping that he would not be discouraged, not give up, but to find a way to contact other races to fight against Su Yan's Hyperion. No. When Arlort heard his suggestion, a light flashed in his eyes. He looked at the monk ship beside him, and asked to the monk ship next to him, Bass, is there any way to deal with Su Yan? What about the Hyperion? Bass was stunned when he heard Arlort's inquiry. He didn't know how to answer his question at all, because he didn't know what method to use to deal with the two-word ship Hyperion. Because of all the people present, no one could deal with Su Yan's Hyperion. Bass, what's the matter? You should say something. Arlort's voice rang next to Bass' ear. An ominous premonition suddenly surged in Bass' heart. I don't know how to solve it. Bass hesitated for a while before answering to Arlort. When Arlort saw Buzz's appearance, his complexion suddenly became gloomy, and when he looked at Buzz, his gaze also became cold. Bass, what did you do, and why are you like this? Aren't you the most powerful battle fortress among the battle fortresses? How could you not be able to deal with the Hyperion? What's the point? What's the use of me raising you? Arlort growled angrily. There were a few drops of cold sweat on Buzz's forehead. He knew that Arlort's anger was not just a casual talk. He was really worried now that his life would be here. But Bass didn't dare to have any resentment. After all, Arlort was his master, and he didn't dare to disobey Arlort's order. So he could only endure Arlort's scolding, lowered his head, and said nothing. CDDG. Humph. Now, get out of here immediately. I don't need you here anymore. Get out of me. Get out of my Shura domain, and don't appear in front of me. Arlort looked at Bass with a trace of said angrily. Yes. The subordinates leave here immediately. Bass left in a hurry. Su Yan's powerful defense system of the Hyperion really shocked him, like a lump of iron. No matter how he attacked, it couldn't affect the Hyperion. Damn it, what method did this hateful person use? Arlort kept roaring, and he didn't know what to do now. Now he can't do anything to Su Yan at all, and he doesn't know whether those battleships under his command can kill Su Yan. He also knew in his heart that he would definitely not be able to defeat Su Yan's Hyperion ship, but he was already on the verge of riding a tiger. If he didn't fight Su Yan desperately, then his Shura tribe would die more. If he retreats now, he will lose all face if he confesses to him. If he continues to carry on, he will definitely be crushed by Su Yan's Hyperion, and the entire Shura clan will probably be completely wiped out by Su Yan's Hyperion. This is absolutely not allowed to happen. In Arlot's heart, he began to make some difficult choices. Bass, call me a group of battleships, about 100 battleships. Arlot looked at Bass and ordered indifferently. He has already thought of a way to deal with Su Yan. This time he absolutely cannot back down. He wants to dispatch all the battleships of the Shura clan to deal with Su Yan's Hyperion. If they don't do this, their entire Shura clan will be completely wiped out in this void. He doesn't want to do that. Yes, Your Majesty. When Bass heard Arlot's words, he immediately agreed, turned and quickly walked outside, preparing to call other battleships to attack Su Yan's Hyperion. Su Yan's Hyperion shuttles through the void at a very fast speed, many times faster than the battleships of the Shura clan in Bath. Bass and their battleships are much slower, so when Bass went to look for other battleships, Su Yan's Hyperion had long since disappeared without a trace, leaving only Arlot standing there with a very ugly expression on his face. After Arlot wandered around in place for a few times, he suddenly raised his head with a ferocious smile on his face.
Thank you for watching Mystic Realms Recap. Please like, share and subscribe. Have a great day.